Hello and welcome. Here is a question from previous year 2022, paper 2, psychology optional. Discuss pollution and crowding as agents of psychosocial and physical problems. Several students found difficulty in discerning what is the meaning of that, but it is simple that discuss pollution and crowding as agent means cause of social, psychosocial and physical problem. And second part of the question says that cite few problems and recommend some strategy to control. 20 marks. So you know this thing. The first part is the major one. The second part will carry 5 marks and all. So now, what will be the answer of this one? If you have gone through environmental psychology, I don't think that you will find any problem. See, crowding and plus you can say pollution. When you analyze these two, then what happens that these two contribute to several psychosocial and physical problems. And this is well supported by research also. So you can say how. See, first one that if you live in a crowded condition or polluted condition, first line outcome is what? That you always, feel a stress. Stress is the first level outcome, of this such problem. Stress is this one. And stress Journal of Environmental Psychology have repeatedly published this thing that stress can have immunosuppressive effect. That is a physical outcome. But what is the psychosocial outcome of stress? That there is a positive correlation. This one, crowding and pollutions, condition of crowding and pollution and stress, positive correlation. Wherever this is high, these things are high, this is a high. And stress can have multiple outcomes that we will discuss. Second level, you can say that aggression. This is also a very positively correlated thing. That when you analyze the conditions, then you find that cases of anger is more in such conditions. Anger could be caused by many factors, but these conditions are positively correlated with anger. ऐसे conditions में लड़ाइयाँ ज़्यादा होती है, गुस्से ज़्यादा होते हैं, argument ज़्यादा होता है, and एक researcher था एस्टोकोल्स, इसको तो मैं environmental psychology के journal से बताया था, environmental psychology, journal of environmental psychology. This is well reported, so you need not to cite the references. Because then third level you can say what is the outcome of this one? That when you are in crowded condition, what happens? You want to move out from there. You don't want to be in that condition because you feel encroached. So you can say social withdrawal. Social withdrawal. These points you will elaborate, And apart from this thing, if you live in these conditions, then sometime from this side sound is coming, this side sound pollutions, noise pollutions. You know this thing. So sleep disturbance is also this thing. Sleep disturbance. These are problems, well reported problem. This has been also reported in the many medical journals. So it is, you need not to cite that. Now if you analyze this thing, that what are the physical, these are the, and now you can add several things. That what is the obvious thing is that mood is affected, well-being is affected. If you happen to be in a crowded conditions, research indicates that controllability is very important. If control is very poor, predictability is very poor, control, predictability, these are the factors that moderate the effect of this thing. But if the control is poor, anybody is disturbing you, you do not have any control over the source of the noise, or you do not have any way to go out of that crowded condition. You are bound to live in that one in conditions. Ask the person who live in a very crowded conditions. In the same room, there are many people are there. Same flats, so many people are there. Then in compartment, railway compartment, you see this thing, what happens on road, you see what happens. So you will find that people are over stressed, and that has immunosuppressive effect. Many physical problem, second line, these are psychosocial conditions. So now you can correlate with physical. Many physical problems are also related. What are the physical one? See, if you live in crowding conditions, we saw in COVID, what were the cases of transmissions? Many communicable disease, will be transmitted very easily. So vulnerability increases, and that increases the risk factor. Get it? So chances of, you can say, vulnerability. You may develop this problem, vulnerable. You become vulnerable to develop something. And poor air quality, poor conditions is very obvious thing. But if you look at the particularly pollution on that, what happens? That respiratory problem, asthma, bronchitis, this thing. Now we have research findings that cardiovascular problem, दिस इज वेल रिपोर्टेड थिंग. कार्डियो, ऐसा नहीं है कि इसको आपको रिसर्च बताना पड़ेगा कि भाई ब्रुक ने एक रिसर्च किया, मैं लिख देता हूँ. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट ओनली the research, you simply write the research indicate, because this is something is sometimes so obvious that it doesn't require any validation. So these things, for example, Kanpur in IIT and other institutions jointly revealed the fact that even All India Institute of Medical Science, that there is a positive link between cancer and pollution. But the same thing has been found by Cancer Research Institute in UK. So cancer is also linked to many kind of pollution. Now world में माना जा रहा है कि रिपोर्ट है that every 8 seconds a new patient of cancer is coming. And partly it is attributed to pollution. So that is positively correlated with this one. And there are controlled research finding also. And in some cases reproductive problem also, means how reproductive, it hits the imbalance. Thyroid, sugar, particularly thyroid, I'm telling you, this is very highly, cases are on rise in metros. What happens? So this is positively correlated, and now clinically controlled research also revealing that some issues is there with this one. So this problem is a very complex one. Crowding, pollution, if we take, so if you want to simplify the things, the first outcome is that it creates stress, okay, and stress in turns, it is well known from Hanseley research that it causes immunosuppressive effect of stress. Whenever you are under stress, it weaken your immune system, and which in turns will cause several problems. So first level outcome I have written here, that is stress. So I hope you have understood this thing. Now after these are psychosocial and this is physical, but you will write this way. So if you like making flowchart, you can make, because so many things you can address using this one. And now second part of this thing says that what are the strategy. to mitigate the effect or control. Now, a strategy to control, this thing that could be several. For example, encourage. Encourage means psychologically motivate individual, encourage individual. What kind of encouragement could be given? I have noted that अरविंद केजरीवाल ने पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट में फ्री दिया या उसके रेट नहीं बढ़ाए, तो some people criticize, but if you see from this angle, it is a kind of encouragement also that more people will use public transport, then lower will be pollution. So encourage people to use public transport and use cycling, वॉकिंग, ये सब चीज़ों को इनकरेज करना होगा हमें, है ना. साइकोलॉजिकली यू शुड व्हाट वी कैन ग्रीन स्पेस को भी पेड़ लगाते हम इनकरेज करेंगे आप. तो दीज थिंग्स शुड बी इनकरेज्ड. सम थिंग्स शुड बी इंसेंटिवाइज ऑल्सो. जैसे आप मैं यहाँ पे लिखूँ इंसेंटिवाइज. जैसे इफ यू टेक EV, electric vehicle, then some subsidy will be given. What is this? CNG initially, now EV. So subsidy on this is incentive. Getting my point? Subsidy that is given on this, we should incentivize use of alternative energy. If you are using wind energy or solar energy, then government will give some incentive. Okay, so this kind of things will motivate but from motivational perspective I am telling this thing. And use of punishment, control means here these are all motivational strategy. Remember this thing, motivational. Now this is what will motivate you not to do this thing, that strict implementation of emission norms. जो भी आप pollution check certificate and all, keep your pollution check certificates on screen, otherwise challan will be there. So what is this? This is a way to control the violation. And strict implementations of anti-littering, you can say. In India, you will find people will throw the garbage here and there. Youngsters also, they are so called, that they are college going students and all. I have seen this thing, that they are not mindful. They are throwing the garbage here and there. Even in metro, I have seen this thing. Animal-like behavior, If you are not mindful, animal cannot be mindful. You understand this thing? And to some extent, you can in control, you can say controlling use of pesticide through organic farming, So this organic farming could be here also, that encourage use of organic, organic farming, control use of fertilizers, because in order to get the produce, farmers become motivated to use more and more pesticide, fertilizers. These in turns go in water and affect the whole pollution level. You understand this thing. I have suggested a few things. So this way you will be able to make your answer. See how simple it is. Many people think that paper 2 answer is quite difficult. What difficult? Every day I am trying to make a model answer and I am giving you free of cost through our YouTube channel. But if you want to opt psychology optional, and if you are college going student and all, then we are starting a new batch. You can check out its detail on our website. early program, because generally you should start optional preparation quite early, because it takes time. It is not GS that you will just read and know. You need to understand the things that what doing by here. You can add creating awareness also. What do you mean by motivation? What factor motivates? So incentivizing, encouraging, controlling, what are these things, how it will motivate, all these things you can cite only when you understand the principle of motivations. So all these things takes time. So we are starting a batch from this month, and you can check its detail. And if you are willing to take psychology optional, you can join us in online mode or offline mode. In offline mode, very limited seats are here, so very 15 to 20 students could be given admission. This is personal guidance program. What will be advantage? You will have a personal mentor with whom you can ask anything. This is the advantage of my coaching class. I am with you. That's all. So through WhatsApp call and all, you can ask anything regarding psychology optional. So if you want to take psychology optional and want coaching, you can join us. Getting? So everything is given in the detail description box, and you can talk to me directly also. It is detail will be given, number is given. Just schedule a meeting, then I will be able to talk. Okay. Thank you very much.